Little Bear Tuanchuan's heartwarming forest story. Deep in the forest, in an oak house lived a little bear, and everyone called him Tuanchuan. He has a coat of brownish down, like a layer of sun-dried cotton wrapped around it. His round belly feels soft to the touch. Although his claws look big, they are particularly flexible. They can both hold the round honey jar and gently comb the feathers of the little bird. At first, the little animals were afraid of his big size. Later, they found that Tuanchuan had a heart sweeter than honey hidden in his arms. One early morning, Tuanchuan was sitting under the oak tree having breakfast, holding the honey cakes made by his mother. Suddenly, he heard the sound of panting. It was the little squirrel Lely. It wanted to move the winter nuts to the tree hole, but the cloth bag full of nuts was too heavy. It dragged for a long time and couldn't move far. Its paws were also worn red. Tuanchuan quickly put down the honey cake, ran over and gently picked up the cloth bag. Lely, I'll take it up for you. He stood on tiptoe and steadily lifted the cloth bag to the edge of the tree hole. Lely jumped in to catch it and wagged her big tail at Tuanchuan. Thank you. Your strength is greater than that of a big tree and much more powerful than my little claws. In the morning, as the sun rose slowly, the water in the forest stream rose. Little Rabbit Tiao Tiao, who had just picked mushrooms, stood by the stream. Not daring to cross the river, the water was deeper than usual, and the stones were slippery from being washed away. When Tuanchuan saw this, he quickly jumped into the stream, stood steadily in the water, and shouted to Tiao, 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 step on my back and come over. I'll keep the water out for you. Tiao Tiao carefully stepped on Tuan's soft down and slowly crossed the river. She even gave Tuan the biggest white mushroom. Tuan, this mushroom is for you as a snack. Your back is more stable than a stone. At noon, dark clouds suddenly rose from the sky and it began to drizzle. The little hedgehog Kuki, who was just playing in the forest, didn't bring anything to shelter from the rain. It was shivering under the leaves, and the spines on its back were still soaked with a lot of rainwater. Tuanchuan quickly took off the flowered scarf knitted by her mother and gently covered Kuki with it, as if setting up a small woolen tent. Kuki, come in and take shelter from the rain quickly. But my scarf is so warm. Kuki wrapped herself in a warm scarf and slowly stuck out her little head. Thank you, Tuanchuan. Your scarf is even more comfortable than my little nest. I'm not cold at all. In the afternoon, Tuanchuan took her friends to pick wild strawberries. When they passed by a thorny bush, they found that the buzzing wings of the little bee were caught by the thorns, and no matter how hard they struggled, they couldn't fly out. Tuanchuan quickly squatted down and gently pushed aside the thorns with his big paws. He also carefully helped Weng Weng remove the small thorns on his wings. Don't be afraid. I'll do it gently and won't hurt you. After being saved, Weng Weng waved his antennae at Tuanchuan and, along with his friends, collected a big handful of sweet nectar as a gift for Tuanchuan. This is our sweetest nectar. Thank you for helping me. In the evening, the setting sun dyed the forest orange. Tuan sat in the oak house, surrounded by Lele, Tayokyuki, and Weng, sharing honey cakes, wild strawberries, and nectar. Tuan bit into the sweet honey cake, looking at the smiling faces of her friends. There were still a few small strawberry flowers on the fluff, and her heart felt warm. Suddenly, he felt that his big stature and great strength were not only for carrying things, but also for helping everyone cross rivers, shield from the rain, and save friends. It was much happier than eating honey alone. It turns out that a strong little bear can also become a little sun in the forest with its own tenderness and enthusiasm, bringing warmth and safety to every friend. When the moon rose, Tuan was still telling his friends the stories his mother had taught him. His voice was soft, like the wind blowing through oak leaves. The oak house was quiet, with only the laughter of the friends and the sweet fragrance of honey. Because of Tuan, this forest became more and more lively and warmer. Such days were sweeter than sweet honey and more comfortable than soft down.